As we are with Pamela Rochard.
Pamela Phillip Rochard.
Pamela Phillip Rochard. This is a lady that is very instrumental in the function of the MCC.
Morvant Central Community Council.
And what function, what title do you have?
I am the Vice President.
Okay. Ms. Rochard, maybe people need to know a little of your background, seeing that you have this important function for Morvant.
Well, my background is the very house where I sit. I was born here.
Okay.
I grew here. I attended Morvant Anglican School, won a scholarship to Bishop Anstey High School, spent 7 years there, became a school teacher, and taught for 40 years.
Whoa.
Until I retired 8 years ago.
No, was it primary school, high school?
I did 8 years of primary and 32 years of secondary.
Okay. Now we have a very experienced person who knows the nurturing of children, and based on this image of Morvant, what is the function right now is the Morvant Central Community Council, and in terms of the community center?
Well, as far as 2014, the last government began the community center. The sword was turned by Gypsy, Winston Peters.
And the last government was that UNC?
That's the PP government.
Okay.
And they started it in 2014. Completion date was supposed to be 8 months after.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Okay.
We are now in 2017.
Okay.
We, the members, we, the executive of the Community Council, we wrote a letter to the Prime Minister expressing our concern because nothing seems to be done or being done at that site. We know that he got the letter because our MP said that he had been called to have some kind of sit down with the Prime Minister. So we know that he received the letter. Before we took the letter to him, we took it to our MP, who fully endorsed it because he felt that we needed to do something on our own. So we did the letter. We know that he received it. We heard nothing after that. The opportunity came out when Otto Carlton said he wanted to see it. Fortunately, we were ready and willing to go there to represent ourselves.
Which on site?
On
the
site.
community center site?
On site.
Okay, I understand that's a day or two ago?
That was on Monday.
Okay.
And on Tuesday, the Minister of Community that was there with her entourage of the permanent sector. The project.
How did that go?
Well, that went very well. Because we have a firm promise that work will start again in 2 weeks. And will be completed again in 8 months' time.
8 months, so is that far from completion?
The structure is there. But
the landscaping?
No groundwork, no landscaping, the floors have not been completed, no ceilings. They started electricity, I don't know if the plumbing has gone anywhere. They have gone a long way. But we understand that the contractor has been owed the money for a while. And they said that the money had been passed to pay him what he has been owed and money to complete the project. That too has been passed. So we are not going to let her. We are not going to let her. Because, as I told the minister, Morvant Community Center was the first community center built by the people of Morvant. My mother and father worked on that community center. Many of our parents were parents. Because Morvant people don't move out very few. We all stay in our community. Because it's a lovely community.
In spite of
all the bad press.
Yeah.
No, but the bad press, people who don't know, they can feel free to feel however they want. But we in Morvant, we are comfortable. We are safe. Yeah?
Yeah.
We have real communities. Yeah? So that
They can say what
people can say what they want.
Yeah.
I know how comfortable I am. I know how safe I am. Yeah?
Yeah.
I told the minister, Hazel Manning started doing breakfast in school a couple of years ago. Many years ago, Violet Trimingham, living right next door to me, Miss Drayton, I'm sure you would have heard that name.
I know that name.
Those people went into the community center every morning and made breakfast so that our children, all the children who could not afford, whose parents were sending them to school without breakfast, could go into the community center and have olive bread and tea.
Yeah.
And they did it without pay. Nobody funded them. They were funded by residents of the community.
People need to know that about Morvant, Morvant people and stuff, you know. It's kind of sad when I'm hearing these stories to know what I'm working with right now.
Violet Trimingham died. She died right next door. She's the grandmother of Alan Brathwaite and
Okay.
that's their grandmother.
Sir Cliff and...
Yeah. That's their grandmother. And every morning, she would leave here and get down the road, make breakfast at the street. It was never a big thing, but the children got a hot cup of tea, and then they began to do meals.
Yeah.
They began to do meals. So you and get something to eat. And if you didn't have any money, you could also get something to eat.
So, how you get involved? I understand you're aware of but how you get involved in the MCC? Did you see a need? Did you, because sometimes it seems like a lot of the people with your type of experience and knowledge and even background in education and literature seem shy to step up.
No. I have been involved in
all the time beyond the schooling system.
Been involved. I sang the Synonymous. I was a pillar of the Roman Catholic Church. I sang in Synonymous for years and years.
Okay.
So, I'm on here.
Okay.
So I did it all. When they had all the clubs in the center, ex-pupils and all
right.
that. I belonged to the club. When they started to do
cultural
the village,
yeah.
We singing concerts it was a vibrant. That center was used. I was reminding Dagmar. You can't remember how the police used to come and have band concerts.
That's Dagmar Andrews, right?
Yes.
Okay.
In the center, yeah. Always, and after you could go and listen to the police band.
Yes.
They have a band concert.
I remember that.
But I was involved. I was involved in all the things. When we had a party group, I was secretary of the party group, the PNM party group, years ago with Mr. Best. And then, of course, they broke down the community center. And we were agitated even then, for them to do something about it. So I got involved in the community council with Ralph Campbell.
Okay.
I got involved
with Ralph Campbell. I interviewed Ralph. Okay, we were George Green here.
When that center was operational, I used to be the secretary and one time the president of the Mova Literary and Cultural Group. And after the center, they demolished it. By that time I was away. I took early retirement and went to the United States. And I taught in MS 340 in Brooklyn for 10 years. And I taught Spanish too. So you count 23 and 10, that's 33.
Okay,
so
and now you're back?
Now I'm back.
In Mova?
Yeah, I'm back home.
So,
and since then they started to build a center and they asked me to come and help. And I said, listen, I think I've done enough, but I'll try and help for about 2 years. And hoping that the center would have been built and we would have had everything organized.
Yeah.
But the 2 years for me kind of up and the center still isn't finished. So I don't know if I could give much more time to that project because I have other things to do. I have other things that I want to do. I've been trying to write a textbook for the longest while. I haven't been able to do it. I want to do some research, so I don't know what's going to happen with that.
Yeah, so the MCC you start for, the abbreviation is stand for what?
MOVA Central Community Council.
And you are, I understand,
Treasurer.
you are the
Yeah.
treasurer.
Yeah.
How is that going?
Well, it's going alright, it's going good, but my plan was, when I came back, I thought I would give back to MOVA, since I was educated at taxpayers' expense.
Mm-hmm.
I went to university, I got a scholarship, then I went back to do international relations, I got a scholarship, then I went back to do a diploma in education on a scholarship. I went 2 years in training college on a scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, I would come back and give back. At present, every Tuesday I give free lessons in the Catholic Church there.
Yeah.
Any students in MOVA who want Spanish lessons come to me free. Every Tuesday evening from 5 to 7. Actually, this afternoon I have to be there.
Oh, okay.
This Tuesday.
Okay.
Right? But
How's the response for that?
not as good as I would expect. Most I have is about 7 students.
Okay, maybe
You know,
they're
but I
not
work
into
with
the
them.
languages.
Yeah, the languages. So, I
And
work with
Spanish
them.
is predominant in this area, in the Caribbean area.
Yeah. But I work with them, and I have some students in one in Form 5, I have in Form 3, Form 2, even students in Form 1 come to me, so
Yeah.
I do what I can.
So, how is that committee? Because I think the handover of the community center would be to your committee, that's all?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
keys would be handed over to you.
Yeah.
So, what hands is going to be going, but, I understand you guys have an election coming up.
We were supposed to have about 50 members in the village council right now, but quite a few of them have not been coming to meetings, so we have to try to shake them up and make sure they can come back out and get some of the younger ones to take over.
What's the prognosis? Think the community center is that it's going to finish?
My prognosis of the whole thing, as I mentioned to the members, is on how we operate in Trinidad. You hold it back, and in the election year you can give it up. So I don't have that time. Last year I spent a whole year in MOVA RC school helping the common entrance teachers. I used to go 2 days a week into the school, help the teachers. I taught lessons, I helped them and the children and everything. I got the teachers, female with the male boys, I went there.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to part little fights, talk to them, carry them outside, show them how to do work. I'll take them out and show them the work, and they started to work.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was nice. I enjoyed that. Back in the classroom with these kids.
Yeah.
Sometimes the teacher would ask me, look, you want to teach this lesson? Teach this lesson. I would teach a lesson. I would correct their books. I would carry things for them.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that last year. Now I thought I gave 2 years to the community center, and I am seeing where this is going to happen in the next election year.
I don't want to believe that too.
But okay, I hope I'm
But
wrong.
you might be right. You might be right though.
I'm willing to do little things, but I have to see what my life too.
True. True.
Last year, I went up to the United States. It took me 3 months.
Yeah.
Now, having a prominent position in a group and being away for 3 months,
Yeah.
it's unfair to the group.
Yeah.
Now, this year, I'm going up again.
Yeah.
So I thought it better. Look, let me let
Well,
somebody else do it.
you dealing fair. You dealing.
Yeah,
straight
I've
up.
given,
You
I've
dealing-
given my service and whatnot, and that's it. So
Yeah.
I think I could just move on.
Yeah. Was there supposed to be a link with your committee, the MCCC, Mobile Community Central, with Ebonites?
Yes. Well, Ebonites would form a part of the MCC because they joined with us, and we will help to promote them. If we're having shows or so on, if the center had been completed, they will be able to perform in the community center or even in the grounds of the community center.
Exactly.
And then the programs that we're hoping to bring into the center, like table tennis for sports, table tennis, all fours.
Yeah.
And then we're planning to bring back some of these same things that the women's group used to teach people to make.
But you
cooking
also have
and
to have something where they can come computer literate
Yes,
things.
computer
Yeah,
and so
you
on.
must have
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You must have that these days.
Maybe they have a room where we could teach them to learn music.
Yeah.
Because your brother, Victor,
Yeah.
you had him in mind
Yeah.
to teach them music with the
But
pan and so
Victor's
on.
not going to venture unless it's structured.
Well, this is the problem because right
Yeah.
now, as I say, it's just hanging on there.
Yeah.
And for me to wait 3 years with this going on, you know, I don't know how many more years the good Lord will
I
give
think
me
you're
on this
looking
earth.
at it fair.
Yeah,
I think that's only
so-
fair. George, you know, I would say if you give time, take care of yourself, and thanks for giving me this time.
You're welcome and
Yeah.
thank you very much.
Do you think the lack of a community center is affecting, the whole development of the youth in the community?
I would say definitely that the lack of the community center has impacted negatively on this community. Okay? Because it was the first community center that has ever been built in Trinidad and Tobago. And we have the record for that. But the roof fell in, right? And politics took over. And they stretched us and they stretched us. And we have gotten to see where they have begun to put the community center back together. But it's a long process.
So why is this delay happening? Are you still within the trenches? Do you have any?
I eventually moved away from the village council attachment. I eventually moved away from the village council attachment. Okay, because I had another job that took up a lot of my time. Alongside the community center that was now dilapidated, destroyed or whatever, there was a real absence of anything going on in Morvant. The only thing that kept some name of Morvant alive was the Ebony football cricket team. Right?
When there was avoiding the football, that's right.
Well, in a sense. But what I used to exist around different seasons. Different
time, yeah.
And Ebony eventually, with the encouragement of people from Monrepo again, Singapore, the Wellingtons, all kind of different people represented all over, right? We ended up in the National League of Trinidad and Tobago. They played in national.
That's Ebony.
Ebony played in national second
It's
division.
first time I get information on Ebony.
When I organized or was part of the organization, I didn't organize. I was part of the organization of the league.
Yeah.
We went a long way to encouraging people to live like a community, which is absent now.
Yeah.
We don't have no community spirit
So
now.
yeah, but
Yeah, they had Miosa and they had people from Monrepo and Chinapu in the side, okay?
yeah.
And that, to me, was one of the other high points because we ended up in the National League.
But I'm so happy that you incorporate these other districts because I think that's important right now too because that was making a stronger mover too. And
There was no discrimination in it. But remember, we were here, the people from Mova, because we were here when they built Kajuka Street, when they built the Lady Young Road going over to Hilton. We were there when they built Coconut Drive. Okay? So we have proprietorial rights in that sense of thought. But the other people were wrong and they were attracted to what we are doing and they came. Catchment area was Mova, bounded by the Lady Young Road and
Central.
Central
They call
Mova.
it Central, yeah.
And people must understand, the Mova community began in about 1943 when the houses going down past the market there. Going down past that market, if you watch
They
this,
call it Lower Mover now, yeah.
the structure of the houses, the duplex house and whatever, the architecture changed as they came up the road. And when they go to the hill, you have to go on the left hand side, those houses on that side. When they come
Running
up,
parallel to the big hill.
yeah,
I know that.
So
I
they
know
saw
that
the
one,
houses change, and then the Morvant community came up, and it went to where they built Redwood Street and Cicada Street.
Yeah. Outer Mover, like.
I've left Morvant. But remember, my roots in terms of growing up here,
Yeah.
doing that community center thing, which is what people are lacking in this country now. No attachment to civic things like community centers. They don't belong to groups. Okay, they don't do anything. that helped me, plus the fact that we met people around here who I felt eventually respected my contribution. Besides that too, what I would like to say, we encourage the ex-pupil association to do plays, drama. We encourage ex-pupil association to do sport, table tennis competition among the members and outside. Then we encourage the people by promoting a dance every year in the same community center. Then we went down to Queen's Hall as a group, including P.T. Wilson, the famous comedian from Morvant. Percy Wilson, the miserable one.
Tom, they used to call him Tom.
Right.
Tom,
We went down to Queen's Hall to take part in cultural activities as a Morvant ex-pupils, inclusive of Morvant literary and cultural members, to take part in cultural promotion, dances and plays in Queen's Hall.
Okay. I think the lady up there, she told me that with Lennox Farrell, you guys, I don't know if it's your group or the other group. I'm beginning to get updated with which group is.
Well, they were literary and cultural. We were ex-pupils. We did everything.
So everything under you came under ex-pupils?
So
if I have to what I'm saying, if I have to address the differences in name, first thing I have to think about with your group is ex-pupils. Would be in your title, right?
Morvant St. Dominic's.
Ex-pupils. That's in the beginning, but I didn't.
No, we kept that name.
Yeah, but St. Dominic's wasn't in it when maybe because of the team. The team didn't have the long name.
We call it Team Morvant ex-pupils.
Right, okay, alright. That's why maybe I was
the organization Morvant St. Dominic Ex-Pupil Association.
Okay.
Founded in 1956 or whatever, around the same time like Ebonites was.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
And they were Morvant Literary and Cultural Association. If you like Ralph Campbell, Bill Trotman. Bill Trotman was originally ex-pupil. Diane Oliver, Mavis, John, and among others, right? Clyde Joseph, Mills, that kind of thing. So we did not have competition, you know. We had accommodation because their nights were Tuesday nights and we were on Thursday. So,
let me ask you, stay right there on that thought. Seeing that the history, as you're saying, is maybe they're not aware, and I think that's very important.
Because those people were never ever told about anything that was surprisingly so excellent in Morvant.
Do you think there's a chance if, after this historical one, that we think of giving them that chance of being seen, or because remember the league was important for people like me. It was our only way outlet to be seen, right? You know, if now where we in 2017 that they could think after this project could move along, the youths of Morvant, even Trinidad and Tobago has done this
with whom we will connect, right?
Right. But you know, to connect is to distribute and to spread the word around. I just want the thought, just asking you for your thoughts in that. If they think that they would be exposed for whatever talent they have, and back the league and stuff, that's fine, we could do that too. But we're 2017 where they're on the internet and stuff a lot.
If the point you are going at there, if we can get the people who lived in the era that we did, okay? Unfortunately, people like Ephraim Serret, who died at 92, who belonged to the Serret family and whatever. And a lot of these families, they have migrated and they have gone to other fields. But if they could support some of the things we do, or we have done, or what we wish to do, they will have to come back on board. All these people like us will have to come back on board in terms of doing organized things and systems to be put in place. So that community center will be a very strong reminder of where we were and what we could continue to do if they build it. Soon and if those of us who are around and willing to take part can be brought on board to try to come out of ourselves and go and share ourselves among the youth. We have to share our experiences down to our children and people we're concerned about, but we have to teach them, show them where we came from, what we did.
Yeah.
I showed you pictures of how we used to have a Christmas dinner in the Morvant Community Center every year. We used to put on an annual fete in December with those big band Dutchy brothers, Fitzwarren Bryan, Aspic Clark, all those people pass in that center with us as the promoters for those dances. The younger people do not know the history of where we came.
Carlos, I want to thank you for giving me the time, and your experience, the information, and I think it might open some eyes too that Carlos is still here willing to pass on his information. So thanks, I want to thank you again for giving me this time and the information.
No problem.
All right.
As a Morvantanian, there was no problem.
We are with Victor McGill here. Why do you think the inactivity in Mover is so prevalent?
Well, I attribute it to the fact that when I was growing up, even as a big man, we had a community center, and in my lifetime, everything was generated from the community center. To me, the life of the community was the community center, and the fact that we always had activities in the savannah. It may not always be football, we had cricket, we had different stuff, and people always came out. When we started when that started to diminish with the falling away of the community center, then we started having, well, the community started to grow, because what we knew as never did in my time is now a whole village almost as big as Nova was. Then we have now joined all the way up to Lavantil, then Monrepo is the same thing, and Chinapu. So it's a bigger community. One of the things we were able to manage in the first at the time was the divisions that we had. We had sort of geographical divisions, but it never really divided us when it came to sport. You know, you had a team coming from almost every part of the community. So the rivalry was good. And, you know, so that kept the life. So that even though people had their little differences with people from a different community and so, yet still sport is something that brings people together. Everybody wanted to play, everybody wanted to win. And at that time, people didn't want to win at all costs. You understand? So it brought life into the community. And that is why people like me couldn't wait for my opportunity to be a part of that. What you find happening now, we don't have that happening for whatever reason, some reasons we might know. And so the younger generations that have been coming up have nothing to look forward to. There was no consistent football, competition going on to say, well, we play for that team or waiting to play for my team. So when you remove anything that brings people together, like football, cricket, or even any activity that used to be in the community center, they have dancing, they had all these things. Then you remove those things, you remove the things that really is like an adhesive to keep people together. So when you do that, all people could focus on now is the differences. And so,
wow, I didn't look at it that way.
So the things that the things were able to subdue and keep to a minimum. Now, the whole enemy, as they find vote for the idle hand, we start noticing that them people down there feel they're better than we. And that kind of stuff would enter your mind. It might have been there, but it's something you could have discarded easily. And so all those things, and then we see it in the schools too. So that's why even some of the things that you did when coming down and trying to, which I supported wholeheartedly, because as a teacher all my life to dealing with the young people, I realized, because before you came down, I remember some years before that, we tried, I think maybe John was involved, myself, I was in Maryland, I was in school at the time, and we ran a competition. I did a little refereeing course, and I was the only referee, and we had from every school, there were 7 schools at the time, Maryland used to come down, and we had a nice thing going, right? But of course, I left Maryland, this one. So what is happening is that also I think too, the the whole education trust. As always I talk about education in this country, we overemphasize the academics. The academics is important, but we overemphasize it, and we term everything as extracurricular, right? But really and truly, football and cricket and netball and these things are not extracurricular, because you can now go and get a doctorate in any one of them. So you have to consider academics too. But not only that, the physical activity is one of the things that helps channel and manage the energies that these young people have. If they don't let it out in these legitimate ways, they will let it out in illegitimate ways, which is what we see. So when you, and we live in a time where almost every community has a floodlit ground. And sometimes when you pass, there's no activity. Whereas in our time, if we had that, we'll have activity until 12
Exactly.
in the morning.
Exactly.
Because we have to hustle from work to catch daily hour and a half on evening. So something in there, we are missing something in there. So now we have all these facilities. We don't have as many people as we need to make a commitment to use some of that time to try and help the young people, channel them into something so that we can get them interested. Because some of them say they like football, but there are no football in the community really. And one of the things, even when I left the community, I always tell them that from where we used to live, we used to see Savannah. As long as anything is happening in Savannah, it was like a magnet. People used to you just see people coming. And
It still happens. It still happens.
Because even when you put on the thing, the tournament. We had people coming. We had people coming and passing.
And taking a look to see what's happening.
But what happens is that we don't have the people. Now we need some people, and we talk about corporate. It doesn't matter with that big, just people with a determination and a commitment to do this. I mean, you come from, you're over about it. And I will never change, but you come from outside dealing with this in Canada, and your travels, you have seen it. You see the benefit of it to the young people. And when you come here, you realize it is so difficult to shake some people from where they are. To want to even partner with you.
Because of the preoccupied with nothing, no activity, and as you say, maybe negativity steps in.
Well, it gets accustomed. You see, we get accustomed to anything that we stay long in, So we get accustomed to inactivity. So we prefer to come down and line.
It's a challenge now to get active. It's almost a commitment. It doesn't matter how simple the commitment or the activity is. It's like a challenge. They have to change the routine.
But for the use of the center, I believe personally that you need to have a strong committee, right? That is committed to what we're talking about. Not committed to being in office as a politician, not committed to wanting to call the shots, but committed to accommodating things that would make the use of the center affect the community. Because you don't want the center to just be a place of activity and that's it. Whatever has to, emanate from the community center, whatever is done, there must be something that could, send its roots out and into the rest of the community, and so make more people be aware that they can use the community center for legitimate things.
And with that, I would think like before, the early days, you would know who can do what, and it would be representation coming out and over.
Because I tell people, that is where I started because it was closer to us. That is why I know Bill Trotman, funny, I play football, but that is where funny started. I remember the police band used to come up. So that I knew people because of the community center, people I otherwise would not have known. I remember there was a guy who used to come and teach the African dancing and all that. So the community center always had activity and they were always fed. It was
that's where the fundraising.
Alright, so that is how you have to raise the funds. But I haven't been able to go and take a peep at it because it's incomplete. I'm waiting until that stage when you can go in and have a look. Because I think also that if you have this community activity, starting again, is one of the ways to try and channel the young people. Because being in the school still, young people are already, because people saying a lot of things about them, but we don't have much for them either.
That's right.
Green here, do you have any perspective on the overview of Morvant now, based on the jewels that seem to be hiding all the time in Morvant that people seem to either overlook or try not to discover?
But Morvant always has great sportsmen, musicians, Californians. We have we have runners. We have everything.
Yeah.
But what happens is that we don't get the support of the people anymore. They don't support what they have. We would go. Mobile men would go and play football for all different sides, and we can have a mobile side. That actually would really be. I used to be young and seeing that these guys and them like McGill and these guys and them representing Trinidad and Tobago, and still they would never recognize as much in their own community. They would come and everybody would just be okay, alright, but it was really a big thing. And even in the music industry, we have Californians, we have funny, we have Phil Trotman, we have many great Californians that this would be recognized internationally, but home we don't recognize our own here. I've been playing in the highest level. I've been to St. Rochard in the jazz, I've been to St. Kitts in the jazz, I've been to Tortola. So we did Guyana, we did Barbados, we did Antigua, and when they come back home here, it's just like it's no big thing.
Can we change that? Is there a way to change that? So what do you see in the future? How you see changing that?
We need more dialogue with the heads, with the people in authority, to come out there and support and let the youth know that there's another way out, and we can help them. We are the senior people in Morvant right now. I mean, I call myself senior because I'm out here long, but I'm not that old. So I call myself senior in the industry because I have 45 years in the industry right now. Right? But we can help. We can start to do classes. We can teach. We teach music. We have everything here. We have the raw talent, and we need to nurture the raw talent and make something happen. Make it happen because we be going out there and representing, and nobody don't even realize we representing Morvant.
So the first move, you have a MCC committee now, which is the official governing body, like how there's a community center coming.
But what basically we need to do with this new organization we have here, we need to basically get to know the people in Morvant who could actually do the things. And it's not about this my friend. We need to get the right people, source of the real people who understand and who went out there and represented the community at the highest levels, and get there, who and do some digging, some searching in all the different communities. Then we would know, and then get these people together and let us form whatever we supposed to form in terms of the music, in terms of the sport. We have the president of the entry is living right next to me. So we represented Trinidad and Tobago at the highest level. We have musicians, we have footballers, we have everything.
We have Dr. Lloyd,
we have Dr. Lloyd. Yeah, we got everything right here, and it's just to tap into the resources and make something happen, because it's just we have to go to the people and them and let them know this is the only how we can get out of this. I started to rehearse in Morvant because while rehearsing in the master, they never realized that Caribbean Harmony was a band from Morvant. It may not have been only Morvant men playing, but the foundation of the band is Morvant. So I started to rehearse in Morvant, and bring all the Californians. I brought Swallow, I brought Sparrow, Rose, I brought Kevin Little from St. Vincent. All these guys, David Rudder, everybody came here. And they rehearsed in Mova to highlight that this is a Mova band.
Okay, so Kelly have a deep resume here, and anxious so the people will be here in a few hours from now. So thanks for this interview, and to be continued at the location where you will be playing later.
John Hill. He's from Monrepo, and he's known as Chip. So, so were you born in Mova? Or?
I was born in St. James, Week Street in St. James.
Okay.
Came to Mova at about 4 years of age. So I basically grew up in Mova.
So what school you went to in Mova?
I went to, there was a private school in the old Mova Community Center. There's a lady named Miss Radharam.
Okay.
Big, stocky lady. She was a principal, the headmistress at the time. But this is a kindergarten at my time. That's from my earliest remembrances kind of thing. And I spent probably a year there with Miss Radharam, and then was transferred to Mova EC School. And subsequently from Mova EC moved on to QRC.
What? Okay, hold on, stop there. Pull up. So what you get? You take the common interest?
I was government exhibition at the time.
Okay.
That was up to 1960, the very last year, 1960.
So, ladies and gentlemen, another bright guy from Mova.
At that time, I knew from way back that Mova, I mean, it had opportunities for music, it had opportunities for sport, it had opportunities for cycling, it had anything you wanted to.
It's built in Mova.
It had every night. It had teenage serenaders. It had this little steel van on the hill of Clover Street. There was a
Bat 19.
Bat 19. Yeah. In Morvant we had Scarlet's Combo. Chinapu had Vikings Combo.
And it had a band in Phonics?
Deans.
Yeah.
Had the little thing in around by Suklal and them around there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Dennis Renwick, deceased Dennis Renwick.
Yeah.
We had music, we had dance, it had community centers, we had all these things going, and we didn't have the internet and TV and all this stuff. You understand?
Yeah.
The life was rich, man.
So you think that we started the trade of the internet and stuff?
Well, you can see a lot of ways youth today getting lazy compared to how we grew up, kind of thing. They don't spend the time outdoors like we did, for one thing.
Yeah.
They don't run as much or walk as much as we did, and that contributing to, I think it's affecting the bodies and healthy minds too. So but this is their time, and this is what they have to deal with in life, kind of thing. So I don't know. I might be saying my time was better because that's my experience, and they might be thinking, well, there's no time but now to live, kind of thing.
It's a good way of putting it. Yeah. In terms of when you went to the Urbanites, went to the Steel Band, the community center, did you have any personal dealings with the community center in terms of...
In Morvant, when the community...
well, in Mova first.
No. Well, only as a visitor kind of thing, watching the police band, or when we had the combo, we played there numerous times. I mean,
we had the combo. You were in a combo?
You sure I was in a combo? I was in Scarlet's for years. I was the original bassman in Scarlet's. In Sullen Bartholomew.
Back on things. So what you see? We touched the community center. Now we had a band, so that's another addition to Monrepo. What you see that can be done for the times you've been going back home? That what you think Mova need? That if everybody buying, we don't need to get back because we're in 2017. but something that is universal to even Toronto and New York, and something that, you know, and
I think Morvant needs music. Morvant needs music, and Morvant needs dance like it used to have. I mean, embrace all the dances we used to have, all types of dances we used to have. Talking folklore, we're talking having.
So you need
community
sport and
dance.
cultural and entertainment.
Yeah, to come back to the place. I mean, you need people to come
And
outdoors.
that's all over, so that's a universal thing.
And people need to come outdoors again and start living again like we used to live. I mean, Morvant needs. Evernights used to have Mova behind them every carnival Monday and Tuesday morning, if you remember.
Yeah, I used to walk down in town.
Yeah. That was how you get out.
You used to walk too? You had some pan to push?
Walk, push pan.
Yeah, because Lincoln say you used to push pan.
Serious, man. You had to do that. I'm playing no man, so I didn't think so.
That was my joy. You push
Okay,
pan
so
straight down to Bessel Street.
that's what we did. The police band used to come to the community center in Mova and give shows, and that used to be entertaining. People used to come out and sit down and listen to it. It wasn't your normal calypso.
Well, to get them to come out, we go to the community center.
Yeah, but you had to get people back out. But in the light of what's going on, I don't even know if it's possible.
Yes, possible, because they had a pro league game, and then you'll see it in the magazine, and Mova came out, just like the days with Dodgers.
Okay.
Yeah, the pictures and stuff. So and that was only last year. So it seems like it's possible.
Yeah, they have some kind of Steel Band festival in Laventille apparently right now, once a year or whatever. And I hear that draws a crowd, a massive crowd out in Laventille. In the back road, they close up some of the roads or some kind of thing. And we need to be doing more of these kinds of things to promote well-being among people and to get community to come out. People will relate to our life if we sit down and tell them how much fun we had spinning tops or playing marbles or
Kites.
doing the simple little things.
Running jockey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
and now they're telling you should have a drone or something, or a drone in the air, you can do it, or, you know.
So, well, we're going to work at it. We're gonna when this project is finished, we'll contact everybody and we're going to work at it.
Like you're saying today, time is short.
Yeah.
Nothing
Yeah,
is
because,
guaranteed.
well, John, I want to thank you for giving me this time. I know you tried to put me off, but as I told you, life's too short now for me to be putting things off, you know.
As long as you say you want a Monrepo perspective, I think I should be able to give you that.
Alright, because I know you are facing in Monrepo, I know this.
Somebody had to represent Monrepo, and I don't mind doing it because Monrepo is home.
Sure. Yeah.
Mova is home. Let me say Mova is home. Yeah, always. Born in St. James, Mova is home, and that's how it will always be.
Yeah.
Canada is nice, but Mova is home.
Alright. So again, thanks for all the information.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad to get
been my pleasure,
Monrepo guy.
It's
Right?
been my pleasure.
Okay, we're with Lincoln Critchlow here from Chinapo Mova. We know a lot of the people in Mova had aliases. This is a gentleman. In those days, you're not sure if you want to call his alias or not, if he did not prove, but this is Lincoln Critchlow, and he was affiliated with Queensland, which was one of the early teams that add to the rivalry and the real competitive spirit of Mova. So, you are now back and forth?
Wait, right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I only go up there for 2 months. Right now, I here
Alright.
for 10 months.
So your vacation, just go on vacation?
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. So when did you migrate?
1974.
74, okay.
7th of June, 1974.
Yeah, because everybody have asked that question. There's a consensus that there was a mass exodus between 68 and 75. And most of the discussion, so you fall within that too, where they think there was a heavy burden on the other generation.
Yeah, because they even, if it was 50 years, the guys tired, they tell me it over and over. Since I leave the village was never the same. and you feel sad to know it has so much fellas. Because even Prowler, he grew up under us.
Yeah.
And they expect with these guys to take the baton and run with it.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen. And everything just. Then they started the football behind the school. But I was part of that too.
Yeah.
Red
Even
Cross.
night and
Yeah, Red Cross.
Yeah.
Kelvin Henry. He was the captain of that team too. And we keep the village,
Yeah. But I understand Chinopu still have a sports day or family thing
but
annually.
It's not. Okay, say this way. I will go up there. No, they having something. I don't mind giving something, but I don't really want to be around because the people who they encourage to come around, they come and cause problem. Many times we try to say when we organize the youths and them to get them off the street and they set a craziness going on there. But then when you think about the parents, if you had to pick a team and you had 20 or 25 players and you pick my son it's because you don't like me or you like my son.
Well, I was learning very quickly that's the culture here. So what do you think you heard about the community center?
Yes, I heard about it and then at the party there, then I say, wow, I said that is nice. But I didn't get a chance to go in and look at it.
Yeah.
But it was really nice because that was I saw for years.
So did you have any interaction in the center in your times? Did it help you in any way?
You mean in Morvant?
Yeah.
Well, I used to go and party in Morvant. So
that's all they said. That was also
Joey, Dutchy, Bonaparte Brothers, Evernight, Highlanders, you name it.
Yeah.
And I mean, that used to be a real party. Yes, that's why we're drinking it, we can check and a coke. And you Yeah. Well, have plenty fun in that.
Yeah. Link is now that you're wearing Renegades stuff. Is that part of your alliance or in terms of with Renegades? Or?
Well, I came here in 2005 and I brought the children because they had a junior band here. Normally,
here as in
Renegades.
Okay.
They have a junior band here, and then. Well, I know Renegades guys from years from going on tour.
Okay.
So when they come to New York, Mr. Kelman, Snail, Robert, Kroll, when they come to Brooklyn, I give up the place and I go along by the lady.
Okay.
So I and them guys stay good. So when I came to Trinidad, I started really my band, but they didn't have no junior band. So they have a junior band here, and I ended up leaving my children here, and I done by myself.
Well,
so they here, and the three of them used to play here. Well, two went back out. The last one, she here, to play with the junior band, but she play with the big band now. She have 6 junior panorama titles. So yeah, she have 6. This year would have been 7, but for some whatever.
She's a well mover though, right? Yeah. We would like to take those titles and bring them over, So let's negotiate that now,
I just take and carry she to move on. I used to go to school here, they used to play football,
She was born there or she
was
born outside?
Yeah.
Okay.
Only the one who June born here.
Oh, okay.
The rest of them, they born outside.
Alright.
So I let them know, and the reason I bring them to Trinidad, I tell them, I say, listen, well, let's come and go to Trinidad and see how we grow. Because that lifestyle outside is not easy.
How they liking it?
Yeah?
How they liking it?
Well, whether they like it or they have other choice, they have to stay here until they reach the age and they want to do what they want to do. Yeah. So the next two, the next girl, she went Mokrabo girl.
Yeah.
Then she passed for Bishop. So I think she get about 5-1 and a 2. So she going to New York.
So the mother must be a bright person.
Yeah. I don't know if they get it from
you always because put it this way, I mean, from my background, I never forget you in terms of, as a young guy, I don't know, something about you that, kind of.
When you and Chucky.
Yeah.
You and Chucky. Yeah. When you play them, you tackling them hard, them you on a dime. But Chucky's keeping on board.
Yeah. You mentioned something about taking the pans down from, something about Ebonites. I didn't even know.
Yeah, I was a little fella, man. I pull in pan from Morvant to Tom. That time the bomb competition.
That's with Ebonites.
With Ebonites, yes. With Ebonites. The bomb competition used to be on Park Street and Green Corner.
Yeah. And they used to stop in front of the police headquarters just to show off.
And then they used to by Bethel Street, that and the police station was right in front. By the little square there.
So leave the pants there.
Leave the pants, And we would pull those pants back up them over.
What?
And it was all joy, and you ain't getting one dime for it.
Exactly.
Now, the guys getting thousands of dollars and they leave your pan by the road. They don't business. They pick up the girl or the man and they gone. But it was nice. I enjoyed it. It was fun. But the youth today is a different breed.
Yeah, we need to pass on like what we. That's why it's important. You see, sometimes we say there's a different breed, but sometimes they don't know certain things. And if they realize that this is what it was like, we need to reflect to them what it was like, so they will know and make a conscious decision. Some of them don't really know, so we have to be patient.
But then again, the parents too, the parents who make this kind of children, because they don't know for their own selves, so they can pass that. And they see, you as an individual, you will pass it, you have a nephew or a niece, you let them know, listen, you can't do that, because the bigger guys, the younger guys, like Otley and them, they will tell you, when they was on the, I will say me, I take it out of my shoulder. Because you play football, when you finish, rely. You can't go and smoke no weed and curse and carry on. No, that's not allowed. But now, you can't tell them nothing.
And you see, like, it's kind of nice to hear you say something like that, because again, this perception of Chinapoo, and it had discipline in all the districts. The Critchlow Hill. Is that part of your whole?
Critchlow Hill, Critchlow trees. Because the hill is going up and the trees is on this. Is
that part of your family tradition? So you at the top of the hill, or you know how it? So you guys name it, or people just assume?
The government.
So So then they had you guys as a prominent figure in Chinapoo.
When we were little kids, so you see a plane passing. That's amazing, you know. If you see it, you watching that plane. Because you ain't seeing planes so. And it got plenty bush. But look how the place come now. So we up there from day one. The December here I will be 73. And I have the bombs also. So that was Critchlow Hill and Critchlow trees.
So you're proud, so you had to stay up.
Well, I try to. I try to.
Chinapoo, I was supposed to do Chinapoo. And Chinapoo seemed to be taking the name Chinapoo. I guess it came from there.
From there.
You have any familiarity with how that came by?
John Chinapoo.
That was the dad?
That was the uncle.
Uncle? Okay, and they probably had a lot of the real estate there?
The whole place there. Excuse me. That was named after his uncle. So Carl Chinapoo.
Which is Carlton?
Carlton, right. That is the Carlton father, brother.
So you are aware of that history, or you live it?
No, I know that. Wilfred Chinapoo, he had a little parlor right opposite the community center, but he died a long time. Then John Chinapoo, who living right next door. You see where Otley and them was living in Chinapoo there? I don't know if you're familiar with it.
No, I'm not familiar.
That was John Chinapoo house.
I know where Chinapoo lived when I was going southeast, because I was in the same class with Joel. So I remember going to the top of the...
So
but it means that they could have a lot of family in
the family wasn't that big.
It's just the land was
there own. The land was there, So it was Joel, Carl. It was 2 boys and 2 girls.
I didn't know the girls at all.
Yvonne and Cynthia. So they were small family.
So basically, Chinapoo, the 2 prominent names based on having that foundation is the Critchlows and Chinapoo. You have anybody in Chinapoo who have a name that
a street?
I know you have Crow Trace. I don't know.
White Crow Trace was the first house. They went in the Crow Trace, the house right there, that's like Crow Trace, like the guy Crow. Then you had...
Which guy? There was a guy named Crow in Chinapoo?
That house there, he was the he was one of my sister's godfather too.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I will concentrate.
then White Trace, that is this guy in Canada, James White.
Yes.
James White, he's a more progressive. He and Otley and all.
Strong guy.
Yeah,
he used to play with the team too, right? Yeah. I know him. And
He's
he ended up in the
a
Pentecostal
goalkeeper.
church, I think too.
Yeah, so there was White Trace.
Okay.
Yeah, then Wallace Road started from by the junction. That was the fourth guy, because these is guys up there. Yeah, so that was
So a lot of the streets named after people who have been the founders and foundation.
Yeah.
Okay.
But fortunately we have two. The Trace and the Hill.
but unfortunately it's still at Chinapu.
Yeah, Chinapu.
Control thing.
Yeah, Chinapu is the whole district. Yeah.
The whole district. So well, Lincoln, I want to thank you, and I know this interview will make a lot of people happy because look how long I've been trying to get it.
Yeah, but
you know, at one time I was thinking like I have to come New York to get it, but this everything happened for a reason, and it's happening now, and I want to thank you for the time and the information.
No problem, and as I tell you, once I can remember it, I will enter.
And I hear now you don't need the trace and the Lincoln trace and all these things. I mean, you controlling a big area that's probably going to give me the time to get some. I found out that there's a lot that Mover need to know about you. Were you born in Mover?
No, I went to Morvant at age 15 in 1949.
How was that transition? Where did you come from in terms of
Spain?
Port of Spain? Oh, so you come from the heart of the action to Mover.
The heart of Port of Spain.
Yeah. So how was that adjustment for you?
Oh, I thought I had gone to the country. We didn't know anything about, well, of course, the part of Port of Spain we were from, all we knew was tar and cement. Right? Having come to Morvant, we started to clean up, that is, rooting up trees. We had never seen peace on a tree, so we didn't know peace tree.
Yeah, okay.
We put up all those trees, things like that happened. But it was country, it was decidedly country first.
Well, when you came to Mover, was the Lady Young Road there, or were you coming through the Lady Young Avenue and the old Mover Road?
The Lady Young Road stopped at somewhere by the Tate's house, somewhere there.
Okay.
It was not extended yet. Lady Young, the bus I would take from the school. Eastern Main Road, Lady Young Road, Lady Young Avenue, up to the church and turn back.
And that's up the big hill, right?
Up to the, up which hill? Yeah.
Mover Big Hill.
Yes, well, that's Lady Young Avenue.
Right. But we have to, because the Big Hill was a challenging part for the bus, that's one of the areas that I want to specify on too. So.
No, that Big Hill was not a challenging area for the bus. The challenging area was when the bus used to come from Morvant Road.
The old road?
I understand that they had to come out and let the bus lighten the bus, but I don't know about that. When I came, that was no longer so.
Okay. So, were you familiar with the different housing? Over by the market school, the housing was different.
Paradise Heights.
Right, but that's lately. Let's go. So when you came to
the housing, what are you talking about really?
The construction of the building.
Oh, they had some kind of jewel something.
Right.
In Lady Young Avenue.
Correct.
As far as Mobile Road Corner.
Okay.
Or the market school or the market, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
And a jewel.
You are just supporting the pictures I have. Thank you.
Then coming up the hill, there were one-bedroom houses. And having got was that Levinet Street? You with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
There were two-bedroom houses.
Okay. Now, when you got to Climate Street, the housing in Climate Street and I would think Mover Avenue were the same type of housing.
Yes,
from the
Climate Street, Mover Avenue, Climate Street, Cipriani Street, there were the three-bedroom houses.
Okay, I'm crazy. When you came up, you were going to school when you came to Mover, right?
Yes, I was going to secondary school.
What was the school you were going to?
Osman High.
Osman?
Osman High.
Is that Chantry Lane?
Yes.
Okay, so you were going there with
No. I am 83 years old.
Whoa, congrats. And going, right? Going strong.
I think so.
All right, good. Now I see here you were teaching. You graduated and went into the teaching profession.
Yes.
So what could you give me that progression? You graduated
All
from
right.
Osman.
After primary school, I went to secondary school. After secondary school, I had my first appointment at Malik House.
Okay.
Then Sawa House, then Success House. And finally, as a young teacher, Nelson Street Boys.
Now, how was that? The boys, was the boys challenging, or in that time you can handle it?
That has made me who I am, Nelson Street Boys.
Okay, good.
Has made me who I am because at Nelson Street Boys, they had the cream of Trinidad and Tobago. Governor of the Central Bank, Ruben Assam Senator, members of Parliament, and those are the people there at the time. And of course, the principal is the school, right?
Yes.
So that even as a young teacher, the boys were made to understand that you were a teacher. Right?
Yeah.
It wasn't at Nelson Street, you were a teacher of the school, not a teacher of a class.
Okay, so
You with me?
yes, yes.
And because of that, I was the only female teacher in the upper school.
Are you
Usually in boys' schools at that time, the females were put in the infant school. Now, I don't know if my height was too much for the infant, so I don't know. But that was another plus because I grew up among the gentlemen.
Oh, okay, and just for the public consumption, I think you just mentioned your height there. You are over 6 foot, aren't you?
I am what?
How tall are you?
How tall?
Yeah.
Maybe 6'1".
Okay. All right. So in those days, I guess being in the boys' school, I guess your height helped you a bit.
I can't say what it was. But I have decided that might be because I don't know why they didn't send me in the infant school. The boys' school, the female teachers taught the infant school.
Okay. So and from Nelson Street Boys, where did you go?
I left Nelson Street Boys and went to training college. Catholic Women's Training College.
Is that different? The massacres and
Yes, it's different. That was in St. Joseph Convent.
Okay. And how was the progression of that versus the other one?
Well, I won't know about the others. The others were not Catholic. They were mixed colleges. We were only women, Catholic women.
Okay, that's news to me.
Yes, we were unmarried women. All unmarried women.
Okay. This little deterioration in Mova, what you attributed to?
Change in population.
Okay.
Decidedly so. Because the camaraderie is missing. You were there for Sarah's funeral, weren't you?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And you saw Morvant people there. What we like to call Morvant people. That is bounded by the Lady Young Road and Redwood Street. You with me?
Yes, I'm following you. I'm listening attentively.
So that Morvant has extended and extended so rapidly. Alright?
Mm-hmm.
Because we have Kajuka, we have Palmis, we have Coconut Drive, we have Almond Drive, we have Paradise Heights, we have someplace in Pelican, I forget what it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as a result, they didn't come young, they came big people. Going to school outside of Morvant, so they never really gelled.
Okay.
I don't know how hospitable we were.
Okay.
You know, I'm not too sure that we were particularly hospitable either. And as a result, this has caused that kind of extraneous thing.
But it is what you just said. It's both ways. It works both ways. You know, the tolerance have to be on both sides.
Yes. Remember, we no longer had a center.
Thank you. Bingo.
Moreover, well, people have cars so they can get out of Morvant. No center with a little fair in the center. Everybody going to the pet in the center, or in the harvest, or in the soiree. The Catholics at the harvest, the Anglicans at the soiree.
Mm-hmm.
So these were where you met to socialize. But now you're going to movie town, you could go down there, you have money and you have car.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
There are a lot of factors that have caused that kind of thing. That is something. And in fairness, because the divisional police, the police divisional headquarters is in Morvant, and their jurisdiction starts from, you know what they call Tabletry?
Yes.
Right onto Jumpy Bridge. Anything that happens there must be reported at Morvant Police Station. And the newspaper say, Morvant, this time is not Morvant settlement as we know it.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's what has given the bad name because of the jurisdiction.
Right. So that's over and beyond what you just mentioned, those areas we spoke about, because I'm glad to get that official boundary format from you, because nobody has given me that boundary as you just did.
You were not in contact with the police.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
used to be on the board of the police service credit union. That's how I know one or two things.
Okay. Definitely.
The divisional headquarters.
And I think Bill Trotman did mention that.
Yeah.
He wasn't specific with the boundaries though.
And he wouldn't have known it because he had to get out from the police themselves.
Yeah, yeah. So that's very good information. You officially thank you for giving me the time and the information for the Move Love magazine.